So we got the tech talk on a Tuesday. I have to do the cheesy one, right, Jimmy? Like, are we good with that? The cheesy one?
I think we have to, because it's like,
all right. While this is going on, everyone needs to share this out. If you know anybody at all who's ever even considered looking at our planet, and they all should, get them over here. Let DM all your friends. Bring your freaking aunts and uncles and cousins and nephews, because this one's going to be quite an awesome show. Make sure you do that in the next couple of minutes, because I'm actually going to show you guys a new drop that's coming from the Shipple Memes and Nasty Hooks, because they teamed up to write a little love letter to our planet and the Uplift and this show, and we love them a lot. Welcome to Tech Talk on a Tuesday, where Corey and Jimmy talk to smart people about tech that is way above their head, but intensely informative, super fun. Sooner or later, somebody's going to make an inappropriate joke. We're definitely going to give away a bunch of NFTs. And quite frankly, we're just going to learn the whole time. If you have any ideas about who we should have on Tech Talk on a Tuesday, please let us know by adding us in the comments or just finding us. Just stalk us down. It's fine. Just talk to us. Tech Talk on a Tuesday. I think my favorite part about that intro is just how professional it is. It's like super pro.
It looks legit.
It's like that's how real YouTubers do it.
Well, and you got the freaking radio voice, like, for sure, man.
Yeah. I don't really feel like I have a radio voice, but thank you very much.
Welcome to Tech Talk.
It's because I hung around with Greg Smithwick for so long. That guy actually has a radio voice. So I'm going to be giving out a bunch of NFTs today from Shipple Memes that have been, cranking out some really, really awesome crossover meme goodness. But they've been working with Nasty Hooks. If you guys don't know who Nasty Hooks are, Nasty Hooks wrote a tune that's going to be, an NFT drop from the Uplift. We collabed with them to do that. It's freaking hilarious. And so you'll be able to get that before too long. Excuse me. But I just wanted to show you guys this because this is the actual NFT that I'm going to be dropping today. I see DJ. I see DJ people. 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 Yeah, it's not just memes anymore. It's like meme music clip crossovers.
Love it.
No, super fun.
Super fun.
I'm gonna throw some claim links in the thing. Like, we just gotta do it. Give them away today.
so yeah, while you do that, everyone out there should know bonds. If you don't, then well, you haven't been here long enough. And Terry, this is actually my first time meeting you, so that's an honor and a pleasure. And the reason we wanted to have you guys on was we had a little bit of I'm not even sure if this is a word, but I'm going to use it anyway. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle in our Telegram channel. And there were some people talking about the state of our planet and things like that. And Bonds, true to a T. We haven't seen him in like a couple weeks. He's just there right away, dispelling all the myths.
Yeah, he can hear FUD. Like, if you guys do it, like, Bonds can hear it anywhere on Telegram. He'll find you. He'll find you.
My spidey sense was tingling, and I was like, wait a minute, there's a disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
as if thousands of people suddenly cried out and then were silenced, and I hear the FUD. And basically, showed up and squashed it. pretty quick, hopefully.
Which is, it's fun. Like, it was already squashed, but you squashed it with more elegance and detail. So, like, I went, like, any FUD about Our Planet that I see anywhere, I come down on it pretty hard because it just, and again, and FUD is different than questions, right? If somebody asks me, like, hey, like, what happens to our NFTs when you stake them to Our Planet? Like, do they own them now, right? Like, that's a question. I wondered that. I'm like, how does that work at the beginning? And so that's great, right? Ask those questions. Get that information is really important. It's understandable to be curious about how that works in the beginning, right? A question is very different than some asset we've never seen before showing up in the Telegram channel going like, oh, they just steal your NFTs. Like, you're a dumb person. That's not acceptable. And again, there's professionals like Bonds who could come in and go like, actually, it's this way, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. There's a lot of, just general lack of knowledge. I mean, even people who kind of know what they're talking about in a lot of cases, just don't necessarily know exactly the ins and outs of, how staking contracts work, or even, just, how contracts work in general. Like the one guy was like saying something like, yeah, well, what if they shut their servers down? Like, then your NFTs would be gone. And it's like, no, actually your NFTs kind of like live on the blockchain, and I don't think their servers really have anything to do with it. It's it's just a staking contract like any other like staking contract would be. And obviously, as we all know, it's protected by multi-sig, and it's a pretty simple contract, so it's not like some complicated contract where people would be then trying to find some exploit or something. Like, in general, the security I think is what we already made is going to be greater than most people who are using a Wax Cloud wallet, especially, but even more so than you think of all the people who are using Wax Cloud wallets who don't even have a 2FA set up. People who are worried about getting their NFTs disappearing should really learn about first of all, self-key management too. Like, just a quick heads up for people who don't know, just because there has been like a series of like basically hacks. Like, I think a lot of Wax Cloud wallets, like there was a series a few weeks ago where a lot of Wax Cloud wallets were basically like drained of their wax, which of course is a lot more liquid than NFTs. So if you do have a lot of wax, you probably either really want to be really tight about your Wax Cloud wallet security, or just start another Wax account where you manage your own keys, which isn't hard to do. There's an account creator right on Blocks.io, and just learn about managing your own keys, or get yourself a ledger. It's a lot safer than a Wax Cloud wallet. But the main thing that I think the Wax team that we're really trying to emphasize was don't use your same password that people use, like a Google login, and then they just use the same password that they use for Google. And as the Wax team, as I was like learning in a chat, there's like websites on the dark web where people's like personal info and passwords are just like for sale. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, finish.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, basically, like you want to make sure that you're using a different password, and then obviously use a 2FA if at the minimum if you're going to use a Wax Cloud wallet. But just to kind of wrap up the point, like obviously, like our contract is secure. It's protected by multi-sig, by people who are professionals and who know about proper key management. So the idea of like somebody trying to hack an account because it's some sort of honeypot of NFTs, I would basically just dispel that by saying, if you open up, Blocks.io, you can look at the token holder list of Wax, and like on the top 20 token holders, there's like all these accounts that have millions of Wax, right? And I was just for shits and giggles, like scrolling through and looking at the account permissions on these accounts, and there's like accounts that have millions of dollars worth of Wax in it that have one key, one active, one private key, like secured by one key. And it's like, if anybody was going to try to hack any accounts, like stealing a million NFTs is probably not the most liquid, not the most like smart thing you could do. You'd probably be better off targeting an account that has actual Wax in it that's liquid. Trying to take a whole bunch of NFTs is not going to really
it's not great, but it's
not going to work out.
It's low hanging fruit for one important reason. I'm not sure who's echoing. It's gone now. That's good. So the way when we say these accounts got hacked, what really happened is somebody had your Gmail account and password because you used it in 10 different places, right? And you know, you used it for this for the Wax Cloud wallet, and they could just means they could hack into your email, which again, like and you can actually check to see if your email and password has been hacked a bunch of different places, but it's not for sure, right? So like the first step to me is, you know, if you want a secure account, new email, new password you've never used anywhere before, automatically you're way ahead of the game, right? Because you know the likelihood that has been hacked is now zero because you just made it, you just created it. Don't use that for anything else. That's number one. Number two, set up 2FA. If you don't have 2FA set up, then you know you're basically just saying take my shit, right? Like especially if you used that email before, and I had, right, like that first one that I set up, I just used my Twitter, which is connected to my Gmail account that I use for everything, and like that, that has been my workhorse the whole time. That's a mistake that I made. So everybody, when they first figured out, like it's understandable. You want to make sure that if you want to do those secure things, you at least get 2FA set up. You have an email address that you've never used anywhere else, and if you really, really want to be secure, you do exactly what Bond said. You create, what amounts to a cold storage account, and just has keys that you control.
I think I know what Jimmy was going to say. Can we explain what 2FA is for those who don't know what 2FA is?
You can, yeah, sure, go for it, and then I'll say something after that.
Two-factor authentication, right? So you set that up on your account. So when you log in, it'll pop up, and you have to enter a 6-digit code. And if you have it set up to your phone, it'll send you go into there, and it's got codes that reset every 30 seconds, and it'll give you a code, you enter it, and then it puts you in. So you have to have not only your password for your Gmail, but you also have to have the phone that has this code at the same time.
Yeah, so and I just want to point something out as well that like I've been guilty in the past too, but like with big accounts especially, you got to be careful with your main accounts. When you set up this 2FA, like use a different device. If you're using the 2FA on your Google browser, and somebody hacks your Google account, then they hack your Wax because they hacked your Google, and they've got access to that 2FA as well. They've got access to all of that stuff. So this 2FA stuff that you're using to sign into like Wax wallets or Wombat wallets or things like that, like Terry said, put it on a phone, put it on a different device, right? Don't have everything connected to your Google, because I mean, like, the odds are people are going to hack these mainstream accounts, the Google accounts or the Facebook accounts or the Twitter accounts, probably quicker than they're going to hack your blockchain accounts, right? Like, and so like if you have everything, like if your 2FA is in your hotbar on your Google, and then like they hack your Google, then they have all your 2FA, they have all your backup codes, like, right? Like put them somewhere else, right? Like you can download it on your phone. And I think this, at the very least, that's what you should do. And I suspect a lot of people do that, right? Like they use the 2FA on their Google, what do you call it? The little hotbar at the top. And I mean, that's not going to help you if somebody gets your account, right? Like it's going to be really bad. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. And I mean, to be honest, like I don't even think we have to do any more tech talk on a Tuesday, because like here's my thing, like it's just kind of common sense. Although I hate the word common sense, but to me, it's common sense. It's that like people are putting their face to a product, they're probably not going to steal your NFTs. That's just like that's like so 2017, right? Like people, that's where the scammers were. But like we know Bonds, who's been here, so but like don't trust us. I mean, but verify these things, and I think that's Bonds. You brought up something about Corey. We probably have to do something like this actually for our show as well. Probably teach people how to set up multiple keys for their account, because this is going to be really important for us as well, because probably the easiest way to play our game actually is to log in through the Wax Cloud wallet. A lot of people will be doing this, right, and holding their keys there. They could be holding them other places, but as we know, the Wax Cloud wallet is probably the easiest wallet to use, especially if you're not a blockchain crypto person, right? And so like what we're going to have to probably do, Corey, is come on here and show people like, how to secure their accounts and things like that. Because I think that's a really important step that might be.
Yeah, having a single video that kind of walks through like, this is not secure, this is kind of secure, and just like the 10 steps of holy shit securitude.
Exactly. Obviously just having a regular Wax style wallet with just an email is like level 0 security. And then of course adding, a specific email, and then of course level 1 and having a specific 2FA, like you're obviously moving up the ladder, and then obviously all the way up to having like your keys in cold storage. And on that note, Anders made a pretty good walkthrough for any beginners who like aren't quite sure exactly how to do it. But it's really simple, honestly. Like right on Blocks, there's like literally there's a button that's like create an account where, you know, and all you're basically doing is like delegating that account a little bit of resources, and then of course you just have to enter in the public key for your active and owner key, and there's even a link, I think, to a key generator right on Blocks now. So and of course you might want to, you know, if you're not quite familiar with how to do that, you want to just use good you know, OPSEC. Like, you know, you want to be like writing down the key. Don't like just copy and paste it and store it on a don't try to just like store it on your computer in like a notebook or something like that. But yeah, there's tons of tutorials out there on how to do it. It's the same as on EOS. So if you just search like how to create your own, you know, create another account with EOSIO, you can do it right on Block. So if you search it, you'll come up with it. And like I said, Anders made a pretty good walkthrough. That's pretty easy to follow if you're a beginner.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jimmy, you're I don't know if you're going through your headphones or what. I just muted you, and my life is now better because I was having some echo situation going on.
I don't see how it can be me. Maybe it is.
Yeah, that's weird.
I've got my headphones here, so I don't see how it can be.
Hold on, let me try something. Yeah, Terry, I just muted you. Yeah, it might be you. All right, whatever. So yeah, Terry, just stay muted unless we talk to you. It's still going on. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe
I don't hear it. Everything sounds good to me on this end.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, if it's just me, then it doesn't matter. I can figure that out. So let's talk about our planet. I have been calling myself an Our Planet DJ ever since I started buying Alien Worlds Abundant NFTs one at a time. And some people know this, but I have 10,000 plus of them. Now. Yeah, I did buy some bulk from EOS USA, which was fun. I was super excited about it. And you know, I actually started. Somebody said, "Hey, you should like try this Callabach thing." Callabach mining, like farming, is super dumb. Like it's like really dumb. But I do it. I was doing it until a few weeks ago. And had a blast. My mother-in-law is still to this minute like happily playing Callabach. So it's like, oh, you just like mine them and then you run them with the fox and the bear, and it's fucking ridiculous. But it's, you know, it's an interesting way to test these game mechanics out, right? And so, you know, playing around with that stuff, you know, you guys did the original mining rig sale. I spent all of the ether that I had accrued up to that point. You know, I sold for wax. And bought mining gear, like just spent it all on that. I was pretty excited about it, right? And then it came around again, and I did it all over again. So like I've got like a decent little mine going that is making an arguable small percentage of minimum wage every hour, which is crazy. So you know, maybe if we could, like, obviously the you know likelihood that, you know, we might be making an announcement a little bit towards the end of the show about, you know, maybe some Uplift World NFTs, you know, getting listed. Uplift Art has already been listed. Our friend Ken Bozak is listed. Crypto Stash, you know, is listed on Our Planet. So again, staking these NFTs to the Our Planet contract gets you ether, and you can use that ether to combine them to make all sorts of new stuff. But Bonds, you know, maybe we could you give us sort of a high level update about where Our Planet is? You know, kind of right now. And I have you muted too. Hold on here. Unmuted.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, man. As you know, we have we just announced the land sale, so that's kind of like the exciting news that has everybody jazzed up right now. So yeah, there's a lot happening. We just a few weeks ago, maybe now, released all the newer elements, right? So there's all kinds of cool elements. As you know, there's like Upliftium. So and that actually oops, now you're muted, Corey. I can't hear you. But
let me repeat. I know, that's so cool.
Dude, it was really cool. And it comes with like land. Like if you're one of the first people to mint Upliftium, you're gonna get land in the Uplift. That's so cool. I pray that like I happen to be like right handy next to my computer when that gets discovered, or
when somebody you could just like blast through it. Yeah, so just so everyone's clear, the first 10 people that mint Upliftium in Our Planet are getting a piece of land in London.
What's the,
So
you got to give us some
So let me-
hints on what can uplift you.
I have no idea. I like they don't.
Come
they don't tell me.
on.
No, I seriously, I don't. If I knew, I would like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like maybe use fire. I have no idea. I literally don't know, and I'm excited that I don't know, so that I can't tell anyone.
So, I just want to quickly respond to, like, I don't know, we had some questions in the chat, and this guy was basically just asking about custom wax names and how it's connected to your public key. And it just kind of reminded me of something, and I just because I've heard of this happening, I actually heard of this happened a couple times. So when you yeah, you can have your own wax name, just like I have my name is my wax account, you know, and you can do that right on blocks as well. But make sure you're using the create tool, and there's a couple different tools you can use to create wax, you know, EOSIO keys. It's all the same actually, but don't use your Waxcloud wallet as your public key, because as you know, you don't actually have access to that private key. And I've heard of people because of course if you create another account with your own private keys, you can then use that to create other keys and have those keys be the active key for multiple accounts. But you can't do that with the Waxcloud wallet key, because then you know, if you start a new account, then you're not going to have access to it, because you don't actually have that you don't have the private key to it, the owner key. So just like keep that in mind. Always, if you're going to start yourself a new account, generate new sets of keys that you control, both the owner and the active, and the public address and the private address of both. So I don't know if that answers your question, but someone asked, like, do you know how to cut the custom wax name is connected to your public key? It's connected because when you create the account, you enter whatever you want the account name to be. Then you're going to take the key generator, and you're just going to copy paste the public address, put it right there on blocks, and copy paste the public address to your owner key, put it right there. And as long as you have that other one saved, the actual private keys, you're good to go. Just don't try to use the one from your Waxcloud wallet. And you'll be good to go. So yeah, sorry to go back to the keys conversation, but I just want to kind of like make that clear, just because I know that's happened to two different people that I happen to know, where now they have NFTs stuck in an account that they can't actually access. So we just wanted to just save any noobs from making a noob mistake. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, back to our planet. Uplithium. Yeah, I have no idea what's an uplithium either. I'm hoping to find out, or hopefully have some of the fungible tokens ready to go when that gets discovered, because I really want some of that land. I actually just bought myself a railroad, like a rail key, like the rail plot.
I got some news right now from the higher ups in our planet for the land sale, for our land sale. Yeah, so the big man just told me we're going to know tomorrow. There's going to be in the Telegram, there'll be a bot that'll show that we're going to have two pools. And basically, if you're playing the game, if you're active, if you're on the Telegram, we have a Discord now, you're going to be whitelisted. And then there's going to be another pool for everybody else who is just kind of a casual player, just wants to maybe try their hand at the land, and they'll get a chance to get whitelisted. So we're going to find that out tomorrow morning, hopefully.
Okay, so two things. One, what is this land? And I still yeah, I want to know what the land is. I'm trying to figure out how to plug it into the uplift. That's what you just saw, my brain hitting the wall there. Because like it drives me nuts that we haven't done this yet. I talked to Nazar about it a little bit, but I think it just kind of bounced off his head because he was thinking about 50,000 other things, which is awesome. And you know, this is why I personally think he's awesome. So yeah, tell me about what is this land and what does it get you, and where is it?
So it's on our planet. So we're going to be starting into the colonization phase, right? We're rocketed off. We're landing on our planet, and there's 4 different types of land that you're going to be able to mine when you're there, and you're going to be able to upgrade these lands with the elements that you're now creating in the generator. So you can as you upgrade your land. It gives you 1.03% for each time you upgrade it, I think, up to a maximum of a multiplier of 200. And then that'll multiply your Aether earnings by however how you got your land.
Okay, so if so this, just so I can understand, like, this basically land is an NFT. It's gonna be an ether generating, or Aether, however the hell you say that. And
I like Aether. I like Aether.
Aether. Okay, so right, because Ether is just getting fees already. So it's an Aether generating NFT, like a mining rig, but you can enhance this one by combining it with some of the elements.
Yeah, a lot of it is still new to Bonds and I think, you know, like they only feed us little bits of information at a time, you know, like you said, Nazar's a very busy man and they got lots on the go. So trying to peg him down for a half-hour talk to figure out what's going on is very hard, especially they're in the Ukraine, right? So time change.
Yeah, no, I finally got to chat with him, and he was like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning for him. Yeah. I was like, dude, that is so. Thank you so much. Blockchain gamer Luffy, who I know is another baller in the R Planets space. He wants me to ask if land is going to generate Ether, or but if it's Aether, that's a game changer. So yeah, no, I don't think it is Aether. This is going to be like it's going to generate it, right?
It's going to generate, but I think each land has their own new element, right? They all have. Do you remember the names, Bonds? Do you have it handy?
No, I just know it's like what. And I don't. We could look it up.
Yeah,
I don't remember off the top of my head. NFTium or something is the one that I thought was good. And then it's like the one is like the dude's name's like there's four new elements they're calling them, but yeah, those will be actually what you're mining with the new lands.
And then
NFTium.
I can't remember, Caponionium or something.
Wait. Okay, so with those lands, you're actually mining elements with the land, not Ether or Aether.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe you're going to be mining those new.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you're using the elements. We're still unsure if if you're going to be using the fungible tokens or the NFTs to upgrade the land. I'm hoping it's the NFTs because
I hope it's both.
So I think it's the fungible tokens.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, I'm seeing a giant demand curve for Aether right now, right?
Oh,
so if you have a land that's mining these elements, which I think is a really cool mechanic, like that sounds really fun to me, and I'm definitely going to be picking up some land.
So I got these names here. So home sweet home. So our planet serves of different types of soil. Each plot contains only one of 4 unique R planet basic elements. So these are like the basic elements. Weakenite, so name from the Weekend team, right? Waxon, Plutonium, which I guess that's like one of the guys, and NFTium, which was the one I remember, which I thought was kind of cool to nod.
Witty. I'm a huge fan. So just so I understand this correctly, so you're mining these different NFTs, right? With your land. And you can, maybe increase the chance of getting those things. Hopium. That's a really good idea. Hopium down the road. Like we're gonna have to write that shit down. That's a really good idea. You get these elements and you can combine them, but that combining in the thing costs Aether, right? So you like have to save up Ether and combine that thing, or buy it. Which again, like we're really, really good. And by we, I'm like saying we because I'm just like I'm gonna just like volunteer for the R Planet team now. You guys have been really good at creating a massive distribution channel, right? Like, creating a value for other communities and just doing that whole thing, which I rant about all the time because I think it's pure fucking genius. But then on the backside, you make this game where you need to spend the Aether that you're collecting to mine new stuff and sort of play this part of the game. And I've been like catching little snippets. Like I'm starting to see sort of the master plan of what the roadmap looks like a year from now, and it's like it's pretty fucking good. Like there's some things coming that we can't talk about, I don't think, that are just astounding and make so much freaking sense. Yeah. So then this land mechanic is really, really good, just for no particular reason at all. Definitely not because I'm trying to plan some crazy thing in the back of my head. Exactly how many pieces of land are there?
There's 5,000. So there's going to be 5,000 actual plots of land, and they differ by the basic element, like we said, but they also have their own rarity. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be this aspect of not only having these different, different lands representing the different elements that they mine, but obviously some will produce more than others, right? So it's similar to like the mining rigs, right? Like the more rare they are, the more they will produce, right? And the only info we've kind of got as far as what the elements actually do is that they're going to basically be involved with these fighting robots, which is, we haven't got a lot of information about that, but essentially, yeah, there's like this whole part, this whole next phase of the game is we don't have they haven't told, we haven't gotten any information about it yet, except for we know that these 4 different elements will be used in the construction of the robots that we'll be using to battle on Mars. So the Red Planet robot battle will be commencing, and if you want to be part of it, you're going to need those 4 basic elements. So obviously the 4 elements come with owning the land plot. You're going to be mining them, and then that's where the fungible tokens of the original elements comes in, because that's where how you can upgrade your land and sort of increase the amount of, say, NFTerium that you're mining from that plot of land. So I guess there's like a multiplier, and then there's also a maximum amount that you can multiply to. But so yeah, there'll be a continuous need for I'm guessing all those original fungible tokens will come into play, which is kind of what people have been wondering the whole time.
Some guys have already started to, like you said, Corey, start to see the bigger picture, and they started stacking those fungible tokens, stacking the Aether, and they're getting ready for this next level. And the community that we've now built on there is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like watching you ramp up distribution, right, which ramps up your network. And I talked about this in the Shipple days, and I talk about it all the time, right? You can always tell the general value of any token, number of active wallets, number of meaningful transactions, per month or whatever, is going to give you a really good guess as to how many what that value is going to be, right? So number of active wallets is going up, right? The amount that people are holding is going up. And the meaningful transactions thing, you guys have created the game function for that, right? So there's a demand, like I need Aether to do this fun thing, right? And I imagine there's going to be a zillion other things that you could do down the road. And I just thought of one that could by itself double the price of Aether, and I'll tell you guys that after the show. Like for real, like that we could like it would work.
Well, it's already in the past few days we had 4 or 5 new elements discovered. And the price has gone like crazy because everybody's buying it on Alcor to just go and mint these items.
You know where they're buying it? And this is shooting myself in the dick, but I believe in the community more than how much money I make in any one given week. So I'm going to tell you guys this anyway. The freaking swap on Alcor, you can provide liquidity to it.
Yeah.
So if you're just going to have freaking Aether hanging around anyway, you can add liquidity to that. And make a little thing on it, because the slippage on it is better than in the open markets. It just gets done, and I think it costs like 0.3% for the transaction or whatever, which goes to the pool. But you can make money just on, like, if you're just going to have your Aether sitting around anyway, you could stake that in some wax and be part of the bank. Be the bank.
Be the
right?
bank.
And again, like I have a really healthy share of that right now, and telling everyone this is going to cost me money, but it doesn't matter, because again, like the more all of us are doing this at scale,
exactly,
the better it's going to be for everyone, including me. So I just I'll just take it.
Exactly, and
I think it helps stabilize the price too. Like liquidity is obviously key for any token, right? Like the more liquidity there is, the better. Like you want people to be able to get in, without crazy price swings. Obviously, we want slow and steady price increase, not just like erratic, price movements. Which of course, early on there was a lot of up and down. Now it seems like we're in a nice steady trend of like the price increasing. I think as soon as we announced that, the land sale, and people really started to see that, the roadmap is in full effect, and there is a plan, and and obviously the community has been growing too. So obviously the more people that come and want to play, like it seems like there's a steady increase in the demand for Ether now.
Speaking of tech, one of our key members, Ivan Kaminsky, he came up with this new tool the other day that has exponentially sped up the creating of new elements, and that definitely put a huge spike on the Aether, because everybody's like, oh, okay, now I can try these ones that were taking me an hour to frickin' try and craft before. I can do it in 10 minutes, because it's it's you click on, as long as you have the 4 basic elements, you can click on the element that you want above that, and it'll automatically take them out of your inventory, craft it for you, and then boom, you got it. Whereas before you had to double click this one, double click that one, double click this one, right? And make it all happen. So if you want to create one of the upper tier elements now, you can just go click, 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 click. And so guys are just stockpiling their fungible tokens so that they can just do it easier, right?
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I want to go there. So, okay, for Upliftium, like when you, for the those elements end up being Aether generating elements, right?
Right.
Okay. So like Upliftium, do you guys have any idea what its Aether generating capability is going to be? Like how long? Because I think it's supposed to be like in the tens of millions or whatever to get up to that, even once you have figured it out or whatever, right? I don't know the exact number.
It's going to be massive because where it is on the, you can kind of see which tier it, you know, like I think it's the very last listed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like it's basically the very last.
Which is like, it's for the record, guys, place of honor. I mean, thank you for real. Like that.
You do a lot for our planet too, right? So.
Well, I mean, I just rant about you guys constantly, like a fucking DJ, and you know, encourage my friends at Shipple Memes to make. And we just showed you guys one. I've been giving them away. I'll give more away. They've got a whole line of Uplift Our Planet crossover memes that are like really good. I'm actually gonna pull one up to show you because it's also part of an inside joke that is just completely hilarious.
Bonds.
Yeah, so as far as how much it will produce, it's going to be massive because, like, you know, for an example, just last night, you know, like I know, you know, I props to Ivan again for that tool that Terry was talking about, but Ivan also was the inventor last night of a new element, right? Archipelago it was. So I crafted one, and it's like the common element produces 256 ether, right, which is like more than the basic rigs from like the rig packs, right?
Yeah.
So like just imagine, like, as we move further and further up these tiers, like even the most like you're guaranteed like the common version of these elements are like the equivalent of like a rare rig, or like a, you know, you're going to start getting up there to where even, you know, you're guaranteed just by minting that NFT to be getting the equivalent of like a pretty serious mining rig just by minting the NFT. So, yeah.
Every time you mint, you got a chance at one of the rarities, right? So somebody created Blade the other day, and they pulled a mythic Blade. That mythic Blade 46,000 ether per hour, right? Yeah, crazy.
Oh my god!
If you're
this nipple just got hard. Is that weird? Do I need to call someone?
If you're making around 50K an hour, you're pretty good. You're in like the medium range, right, where you're able to do creating and stuff. If you're over 100K, we're saying you're kind of a whale. So if you're if you're getting 50K from just one element, you're right there. You're right into the boom. You're right in the thick of it.
That's so I didn't understand that before. So minting these things, you have a chance of getting a rare every time you do it.
Right.
I just want to put a pin in that, like that, because again, like anything, as I'm developing some small bags of Aether, the demand side stuff is very interesting to me, and it's something that I've started thinking about a lot, because just selfishly, right? Like I'm a degenerate in our planet. Like you could have these things that like print money. What? And again, it's a fungible token for a game.
Right.
Sorry, there was something in my eye. You guys have to see this. You guys know that I like make that terrible "that's what she said" joke all the time. Just for context, I do it all the time. It's terrible.
I like it. I like it.
So not only is this going to be an NFT, but Nasty Hooks made a freaking tune for that too. Right, Nasty Hooks have joined up with Shipple Memes for this giant collab to promote our planet and make fun of my crappy jokes and of course uplift as well. So yeah, James, exactly. That's a little more than I'm getting. Like the whole idea that you could add 50,000, it's just that's why my nipple got hard. I know that's probably a little bit too much information, but like it's
and
science.
That's why you create the elements and open the packs, right? Because you got that chance every time you open one of the element packs.
Damn it. But then, like I'm watching my bags of ether just evaporate. I'm like, well, I gotta try.
I went through 10 mil yesterday, 10 million ether yesterday.
Dude, I believe it. I believe it. So anyway, that's gonna be fun.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I will say this: anyone who hasn't been buying Uplift posters that we released as a community drop, if you haven't been, you're gonna be real sad that you didn't. Just want to throw that out there. Oh, and on that note, we've got right now we're doing the rewards pool NFTs for Chicken Ka, which is a land sale that is going on later on this month. Smaller map. It's where a lot of my friends and family from the old server before we turned into the Uplift have been building out there. And it's going to be amazing to have land out there. They're already making it a giant tourist trap, and of course that's how you manage to get rewards if you own rail or land out there and people cross over it, you get wax. So how we build this giant rewards pool, which is approaching 2 million wax right now, is we sell these NFTs before each land goes on sale. So the Chicken Ka NFTs, you can actually go to theuplift.world. I think there's like a buy NFTs button there. I know it's shocking, and grab those. But I think those are I believe there's a small possibility that our plan is going to list Uplift World in the next small time. Words
Near distant future.
Something in my eye again, and not that I've seen the mining rates in advance again, wink. But the mining rates for those hypothetical things, this is getting tortured, is really good.
Jimmy, help him out here. He's struggling.
Well, yeah. I don't want to say, like, is our planet listing us today? Yeah, probably. What? Okay, cool.
I mean, we like Uplift has been listed there for quite a while. You know that. There was a question I do want to address further up in the comments. Like, okay, Uplift, our planet. I don't know the answer to this question. I'm gonna guess that they're not, but they could potentially. They might
do what? Sorry.
I can't hear you, Jimmy.
Yeah, head back from your computer. I don't know why that works, but it does.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, like way better. It doesn't make any sense, but it's way better. Like you got like a minimum distance.
Okay, yeah. So sorry, I'm not in my pad, so it's
it sounds way better now. You're good.
Perfect.
So yeah, the question above was, will our planet allow us to stake our land NFTs? Well, even if they do, just a word of caution, because if you're staking your land NFTs, or you're staking the Genesis cards from Uplift Art, or the Genesis cards from Uplift World, they're not in your account. So if you stake your land keys, even if they allow you to, if you stake your land keys to our planet, you won't be able to build on your land, right? Because they won't be in your account. So just be careful. I'm sure this goes with other projects as well, right? Like, I mean, maybe you're not going to build on it for a while and you want to send it out. That's cool, but just be like really careful, because like the Genesis things that come from the projects that we're affiliated for, we give like random drops of goodness, and if they're not in your account, then you won't get those, right? And like, I'm all for like somebody saying, oh, I'm going to stake these to our planet and I'm going to make a ton of Aether, if that's what you want to do, but just be informed, right? Like, I'm not saying don't stake them. I'm just saying don't complain and whine, about our planet, like, because that was an active choice that you made. And if they say,
up a great point.
Yeah, like if they say, well, you didn't tell us, I'm telling you right now. And yes,
yeah, but so let me just add to that. Let me just add to that quick, Jimmy, because this is of course something that's come up, and I'm glad you brought that up. Because and so yeah, keeping that in mind, and obviously, yeah, like there, that you basically airdrops are a thing, obviously, right? So people are looking at who has, and I know you guys did those like sort of Genesis NFTs, right? That are gonna be give people airdrops. So I know, like, so what I'm suggesting that you do too is like, and I know that because I was talking to Ken Bozak about this too, and this is what he's actually been doing too, right? So he does the same thing, right? He there's these NFTs that are in, and we've had to deal with this because all these people send us messages and they're like, yeah, I missed my airdrop, and it's like, it's obviously up to the player to unstake any NFTs that are going to be like You know, if there's an airdrop going on, it's up to you to unstake it before the snapshot or before the airdrop happens. So what I would recommend to you guys too is like, you know, like let your communities know, you know, like if
we're
there's
gonna train, yeah, we've
like,
got, yeah,
if
this
you
has been
guys
on our
just say,
minds.
hey guys, just let you know, if you guys have, you know, whatever Genesis NFT, we're going to be doing a snapshot. So, you know, tomorrow. So if you have this NFT, unstake it before tomorrow so that you can get in on it. That way, at least when people call, you know, hit us up and are complaining, we can say, hey, you guys weren't paying attention to your own community. They tried to give you the heads up. You didn't, you know, it's on you to unstake them. Because basically we can't go back and try to, like, I had this dude back and forth with me, like being like, well, you got to be able to get me my NFT that was airdropped
Hell
because it
no.
belongs to me. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
it's actually impossible. I was like talking to the devs about it. Like, there's literally, we can't even retrieve it now. It's like stuck in there because only the person who deposited it there can even get it back out of the contract. And if it's like this bulk airdrop, they're not going to go and fish them back out for people. Like, and it's not where nobody got time for that. So that's basically like where it's at. Like nobody can get it. It can't be retrieved. So it's on you to like unstake your NFTs that are going to like give you airdrops before the airdrop happens.
So yeah, here's our plan for that, and we need to cover this. So our plan on our team basically is to give people a minimum of 3 days, if not a week, our planet notice. We're going to be letting, like, every time I talk about our planet, it is absolutely categorically your responsibility to figure out your own shit. Period. Let me repeat that again in case this is like not clear. It is absolutely, completely your fucking responsibility to deal with this shit on your own. That's like, it's not our job in any way, shape, or form. That said, it's really important for us that you both get the benefit of an Our Planet listing because it's awesome, DGen, but that you get what you're supposed to get from these actual NFTs. So we're going to work together to make sure that happens. There's going to be Our Planet warnings 3 days in advance of any airdrop or snapshot, right? Because we're going to be doing different versions of both. The land NFTs, honestly, like, never stake your land. Just I think you're going to be able to for a very small amount of Aether, because these are like the claim links that have been sent out. But you're going to need to pull those out to transform them into the one-of-one NFTs anyway. They're going to operate like packs, right? So that's going to be on you anyway. That's going to be a process that we're going to cover at length. We're going to let you know when that's going to be happening. It'll probably be, this month, at least for the rail, right? So that's going to be fine. There's small amounts. You can do it if you want. That's great. For the Genesis, NFTs that, I think are going to have some pretty good, juice on the Our Planet listings. When we're going to do a drop for that, we're going to let everybody know. But for real, don't at me like ever. Like, oh, I didn't unstake my thing, and can I please have the thing? The answer will be hell no, don't talk to me again. Because, again, this is your responsibility. It's mine, right? Like, I missed so many Uplift art drops myself because I had all my stuff staked. And that's whose fault is that? That's my fault, right? And I'm doing that because like the Our Planet thing is awesome. We can do this thing. You can't be everywhere at all times, right? So you're not necessarily going to be available, and you might miss it in that 3-day window or whatever. That's a possibility. The other thing we're going to do as well is we're going to be sending out very few emails from the Uplift world, like very, very few, so that when they show up, people can actually do that. And I think we'll make it, sort of mandatory on our side, or just a protocol on our side, to send out an email as part of our Planet warning thing as well. So again, like, it has to be your responsibility. It's on you, right? We're going to publish the dates for snapshots and airdrops as far in advance as we possibly can. But yeah, that's the way that's
it's the same. Like Ultra Rare has they did the cryptids, right, where you could mine those cryptid cards off of their land on Alien Worlds, and then what they do with all their collections is they give awards for completing the sets. Mm-hmm. So same thing, like last week, they're saying, okay, if you guys have these cryptids, if you have them staked on Our Planet, unstake them, because I'm doing a snapshot on the 7th, and you got to have them in your account. If you don't have them in your account, same thing. Don't come crying to me after that you want the award, because I don't know. I can't see it. We can't do it, right? Like it's a technical thing.
And we're actually looking into long down the road, ways that we might be able to do that. And of course, Sponsor will share those with you if we figure them out, because it's not a trivial thing. And it's going to be a centralized database kind of thing for each project, I think, at the end of the day, because we have to be able to ping them and kind of, create that database and correct it on the fly as things get sold and bought or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be, there's just so much value in it that we definitely need to do it. On the land, I have to repeat this again. When you have a one-on-one NFT, if it's not in your wallet, you will not get the rewards from any action that takes place in the Uplift. I'm going to repeat that again. if you have a piece of land and somebody walks across that land, ordinarily that's going to kick out a reward. If it's staked to our planet, our system will not see it. You will not get paid. That's a fact. It's not changeable. Deal with it. It was the same thing with Alien Worlds, right? I literally have 10,000 Alien Worlds NFTs staked right now. My land has never been in there. Okay, I'm lying. It was in there for 5 minutes, and then I realized what was happening, and then I took it out. Right? And whose fault was that?
Yours.
Mine. Right? This is not hard. Anyway, I get a little uppity about this stuff. Sorry. Hey, we should probably do some gratitudes.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can always tell who some of our favorite guests are and where we get most excited.
Because I just like
we're all like gratitude until the end.
We're definitely all big kids in this space, especially, you know, we're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right?
Can confirm. All right, Terry Crews, first time on the show, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I freaking love you, man. So you get to go first.
I love you too. And that was funny that I had to have that conversation with you in DM the other day about, you know who I am? And you're like, yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah, no. I was giving somebody shit in the main Telegram, and he's like, that wasn't for me, was it? I'm like, no. What are you talking about? Of course not. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for a lot of freaking things. Today, I think I'm grateful for the sun that's coming in my face right now. It's gonna warm up the ground, man. I got 4 dogs and I got a big backyard, and it's a mud pit right now from all the snow melt. So I'm grateful for the sun. And you guys.
The sun is that's solid Zen master shit right there. All right, Mr. Mons.
Man, let's give a shout out to our quickly growing Our Planet community, and a shout out.
Oh, you just muted yourself again.
Oh, am I muted? I didn't. Oh, you muted me.
I'm sorry, that was not intentional. So
That's
shout out
right,
to.
man. Yeah,
sorry,
let's give a shout out to the Our Planet community and the tool and Ivan, right? He deserves about a gratitude. He's put a bunch of time and energy into trying to help save some people time. So I think the whole Our Planet community owes Ivan a debt of gratitude. So let's give Ivan a shout out in the Our Planet community.
The Ivan.
Yeah, I just changed his name to the Ivan.
The Ivan. Let's immortalize Ivan,
right,
for all eternity.
Exactly.
He deserves it. I was actually
Jimmy,
pretty adamant that he should make a small like fee from that tool. Like, I know that, like, you know, time is money, right? Like, if you're saving someone hours of time,
yeah,
like, give the guy a few whacks, you know, give the guy
plug it into
something whacks.
It'd be amazing if this community had its own token that we wanted to create more demand for. I mean, you know, do it. Like, if it's gonna save me 10 minutes, right? And I'm spending like just like 1% of the Aether spent or something like that.
That's what I'm saying, you know, like,
right? Like, I'd pay that.
Yeah. Like,
make it happen.
Yeah, I told him to. He's just a all around, you know, good guy and very like generous with his time and not out to
tell him to donate it to charity. Demand for the token.
That's true, man. You know, it's like win-win-win, right? Like he could
baby.
Put a small fee on there, and then he could donate that to something, and he could be, you know, generating a ton of goodwill and good karma, right?
Yep. And you know, I hate to repeat it, but demand for the token. Anyway, sorry, Jimmy. I told you guys I was a degen, right? I think about this stuff way too much. So, Jimmy, what are you grateful for?
Dolphins and sea turtles. I'm grateful for dolphins and sea turtles.
There you go.
I mean,
I like it.
That.
I love sea turtles, man. I've had some pretty spiritual moments swimming with sea turtles off the coast of Hawaii. Just majestic creatures.
Hawaiian sea turtles are awesome. They like to mess with you when you're surfing too. They'll just get up there on the waves with you and rock the boat. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Corey, what do you got? I get, like, yeah. I'll be surprised if this doesn't have degen in it.
I'm grateful for Bonds, Nazar, Terry Crews, and our planet, a DJ.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it's another thing that we won't put it on the thing, but I was torn between something that happened in my daily life today and also like something that happens in the crypto space with you guys, but like I usually go crypto space stuff, so I decided to go with my real life today. But I just want to say I think it's cool, like the storylines that are coming out for certain projects that have nothing really to do with the crypto end of things or the NFT end of things, for me is really cool, right? Like you guys have, you kind of explained it. You have this next kind of storyline that's happening, right? And episode 1 of what's happening in our planet. And like, I'm working on something as well, like, Alien Worlds, we've had them on the show a few times, and like, their backstories and things like that. It's actually really cool once you start piecing all of these things together. The people who are putting these, like, it's going to be like it's kind of like, it started with comic books and then it became like video games. And now it's like NFT, like staking DeFi rewards things, right? There's going to be mythologies and things that are built, behind this, right? And I think it's just going to be really cool to see how this develops,
Absolutely.
Indeed. On that note, I think we have a meeting we got to go to after this. Their home slice.
Yeah.
Mr. Jimmy. I've been giving away these things. I'm gonna give some more away here.
Well, I think I was muted, and I just want to say we're really grateful for you guys as well. The community, like you guys are building, uplifting people, and that we're all, it's the same thing. I think that I want, that Blondes wants, that other communities want, that the ultra rare team wants. Benny wants. Everybody's trying to lift each other up and help each other excel in this space, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I fucking like it too. It's pretty good.
I love you guys.
Speaking of which, check this shit out. This one's coming from Shipple Memes too.
Nice.
Yeah, I might have to turn that one up
There
a
we
little
go.
bit.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Got the
Right?
Our Planet logo on the surfboard.
Bullshipples and like the uplift thing on the spacesuit thing and on the thing, and it's all just makes these things make me happy. And like every single one of these things is gonna have a Nasty Hooks tune in the background, like that. Like these NFTs are gonna be tight. By the way, if we could get them even a small listing on our planet, that'd be really cool. Just want to say that out loud. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'll talk to Nazar about it. But yeah, they're friends of mine, and they're gonna be doing some good work in the world. So we'll get it. It'll happen eventually. I believe. Yeah. I believe. Anyway, we got to run over to this meeting. Bonds and Terry Crews, thank you so much for joining us. And thanks for working for our planet too. Like I love what you guys are doing in the space. I'm going to be bragging about you guys for a long time. I might be just ever so slightly excited about the fact that there may or may not be an Uplift World listing, maybe today at some point. Wink, wink.
It's coming. I happen to know for sure that it's being worked on like right now.
Thanks, guys.
I seriously, like, I'm excited for the community, but again, like, I'm a bit of a DJ. I'm excited for myself. Like, I bought posters to like give away to people, and now I'm like, maybe I'll give them away.
If you say a bit of a
DJ, I actually could use one. Just what's
that?
I actually don't have any of those posters, so if you're looking for any to give
unacceptable.
away,
no, I'll hook both you guys up. That's something I would unstake those for sure. Because they're good ones. All right, man. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It was like 57, 60 people here a couple times during the show. This is like almost a record for us because we're getting the Our Planet bump. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Peace, everybody.
Awesome.